Hey, welcome to my Kiwi garden, again in the kitchen, but I have something very cool that I want to kind of do today. It's coming into spring in NZ, so it's dahlia season. I discovered, well, I didn't discover because they're obviously already invented, but what do you call it when you decide you like something? Anyway, I decided I like dahlias a couple of years ago, and I planted a couple like in completely the wrong spot and they rotted. It was like a cafe au lait that I had a couple of, and some border dahlias, and I planted them in a really kind of boggy part of the garden and they rotted, and I got maybe a flower the first season. So I tried to do it again this year, and I bought some dahlias. I might have bought a few more than I may have room for, but I don't know, we'll see. So I thought today maybe I could unbox them, show you guys what they look like, the names, and maybe they'll have pictures and that'll be pretty, and then we can see if they can grow. I don't know much about them. There's obviously things that, you know, you've got to look out for, like gall and leafy gall and crown gall and rotting, which I've seen on Facebook and stuff, and hopefully none of these have it, so we'll have a look and see if we can spot it. And then, yeah, I'll show you where I'm going to put them. It's got weeds in it at the moment. But anyway, figured we might give it a go and, yeah, have a look together. So they've been inside, stored inside. I've got a couple in here for my mother-in-law. I actually ordered her a couple of cafe au laits from Bulb Direct, but they're pretty popular, and you know they always do say that due to demand you might not get what you've put an order in for. Very rarely do they cancel, but yep, we got them credited, cancelled. So yeah, she is going to get instead a grand finale and a fairway spur. So she likes really fluffy, pinky, apricot-y type things. And I've also got downstairs for her a Kelvin floodlight, which is a big dinner plate yellow one, and I've got down there a pink pom-pom one for Tom because he likes pom-pom ones. Maybe I'll turn it around so you can see me like crouching down on the floor. Yeah, so he likes pink pom-pom ones. I really like any that can grow and that don't have earwigs in them because they're not my favourite childhood memories of earwigs and grapes for me. From my parents' vines. So yeah, I'll take these outside. It's a bit windy, may rain, and there's lots of noise, but outside's fun. See you there in a minute. Okay, so we're outside kind of the next day because I had my hair done yesterday and I was feeling all yay, I'll do a video and it will be real cool, and I did it by myself, and the first part's okay, but the second part was just, I think I was holding tubers all around the wrong way and the light was weird, and so I didn't use it. So this is why the boxes are open, but there's still some that I haven't actually opened the bag, so we can do that together. But I thought I would just take you through. I have help. He's over there, my punk rock smurf. Come and say hi. You'll see why I call him. I'm not being mean.
It's not even spiked up.
No.
It's got to be spiked up.
It's got to be spiked up. So he's helping me out today just to make sure that I'm holding things in the right place and it doesn't look too weird. But, you know, weird, whatever. So these are the boxes. I've already opened them. I've shown you these ones here. These are the fairway spur and the grand finale for my mother-in-law. They're super pretty. I really like the colours. So, yeah, well, maybe, because this one, I think I told you guys yesterday, but this one's got like a shoot in here. So we probably need to pop that in some potting mix, which I'll do soon. Otherwise, it gets all like dehydrated and gross. So this one's come from Bulbs Direct. They give me a catalogue, which I probably could buy some more stuff, but I won't because I don't have any room. And I got a pen, which is real cool. So in my order, you know how I said before that they had run out of cafe au lait and cafe au lait rosé? Well, actually on this invoice it actually says we've refunded the freight. So I placed 3 orders, one when the first lot came out, and then I was up at my mother-in-law's just kind of looking, because they just moved into a new place up north, and looking at kind of their garden, and she was a bit sad that she didn't have all her flowers from her old place. So I said, well, I know you love dahlias, so why don't we buy you some dahlias for Christmas, because she's in Europe for a holiday, and she normally comes back around September, October when all the dahlias and stuff have gone, and she can only get the pre-potted ones, which normally are quite small. So I showed her these and I said, well, why don't we get you some of those? I can get them delivered. I'll put them in some potting mix and they can kind of be a Christmas present. She was really happy. And then I got the email saying they'd refunded them, and I was like, that's crap. Not their fault, but I was quite excited about giving them to her. And I feel like they've turned up in the thing, and they just refunded the freight. So the 3 orders have been all put together into one. They've given me a refund for the freight, which is super cool. I wouldn't have minded because there's a lot of admin on their side. But these are the ones that have come from Bulbs Direct. So I got one Cafe au lait rosé, one Cafe au lait. That's for Eva. One Cafe au lait for me. And the other ones are kind of, I got a lot of dinner plate pom-poms for Tom because he really likes those ones, as we've discussed. And decorative. So yeah, a mix of colours, which is really cool. So I'll go through them. So these are really big clumps of tubers, and I feel like the bags are really quite damp, so they'll be okay for a little while. But I'll just take this one out and show you. That's messy.
That is messy.
But this is what it looks like. Well, this is a beautiful. So this one here, this is the neck, and these are the tubers that come off it. You're supposed to be able to see eyes. I don't necessarily know how to see them, find them just yet. But this one has a bit of a broken hanging off one. I'll leave it there and see what happens. So they attach to the crown of the plant here, and when you divide them, you're supposed to make sure you get enough crown and tuber, and you basically divide them where there is an eye. So clearly I don't know enough about them to do that, but yeah, this is what the dahlia looks like. And you can plant them on the side. Some people say on the side, and some people say with this part above, just above the ground. So yeah, this is what we'll do, and this is what it looks like. So it looks pretty healthy. I hope I get a flower. So this one here is I think this is a decorative one, and it's supposed to be quite big, and it's purpley blue lavender, so it's really, really pretty. So I really hope I get one from that one flower at least. And then they come in, they've been packed in this really damp sawdust medium, which makes the bags quite damp. So yeah, this is what is in the bags. I might put that one in a pot, I don't know. So I'm covered in sawdust. So I've got a beautiful Petra's Wedding, Fuzzy Wuzzy, a striped emery Paul, Kelvin Floodlight. This is one I've got planted downstairs already for Eva. She really likes yellow dahlias, so I couldn't get another one when I went to order hers, but I found one in the local King's Plant barn. So that, honestly, I think I've got some footage of what it looks like now, and it's just really beastly. It's already got so many leaves. This is a La Luna, another big dinner plate yellow one I bought because my son Finn loves yellow and yellow flowers. He called them fuffas for so long when he was growing up, which is really cute. So he doesn't now. I might, but he doesn't. Philip Campos. I'm running out of hands. Rocco, that's a really dark pink pom-pom one that I got for Tom. Cafe au lait, yay! Cafe au lait rosé for the mother-in-law. Snowbound, and there's 2 in here. I accidentally put 2 in my cart, and these are big white dinner plate dahlias. Not sad about it. I mean, they're going to be pretty. And another Cafe au lait. So they've arrived nicely packed in this box here. As we talked about, I'm so covered in it. Huge clumps and clusters, and beautifully damp soil. So medium in here. So that means that I don't have to worry about putting them in any potting mix right now. Even if they're shooting, I kind of feel they'll be okay in here. I might chuck that one in just because I can't get it back into the stuff like it was. But the rest can wait until we have that patch ready. And I explained about the patch yesterday, so Tom will stitch that in so this all makes sense. And that's the stuff from Bulbs Direct. It's coming up the path. It's beside the house. Oh, Pillow's gone for an adventure. You'll see that it's the grass is quite long. We've had to lie a few things down because it's been incredibly wet and windy and wild over the past week or so since we put that garden bed in. Yeah, so this part, it's about, what is the time here? It's 3:30. It's not daylight savings yet, so this part gets full sun from the morning and is kind of drops out the sun in the summer at about 4 o'clock. So I think that's going to be enough time for the dahlias to be in full sun. But what we do need to do is build this bed up. So if I come around from this way, it is, I don't know if you can hear that, oh, squishy. This bed is a sleeper bed, and sleeper. It's got old railway sleepers in there, and it's containing some dirt. And when we moved in, it was actually under some weed mat and had a whole lot of stones on it. And what we did, hi nutty buddy, sharpening his claws. And what we did was we lifted the weed mat, and basically put some compost and just some better quality soil down in there. And for the first couple of years, it actually grew really, really well. But last season, it got so waterlogged. We actually had a leak from the top of the road that came down under the house from in the cul-de-sac. And I feel like that has actually made this bed incredibly waterlogged, because the water had to come out somewhere, and that was kind of the exit point. And we've got a really hard clay base. So there's actually no way for the water, if we have overwatered, or we've got a whole lot of rain, or we have a leak from under the house that comes through, there's actually nowhere for it to come out of. So it basically just sits there, and the plants get waterlogged, and they drown, and they don't do very well because they've drowned and they're dead. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically we'll pull a lot of this stuff out, and then we will put some cardboard down across it or over the top of it to see if we can get it to not come back. And then we're going to build the bed up a little bit, so actually have something that kind of sits in here that's kind of like a front of a raised bed, so that we can build the soil level up, have an escape route for the water, and this is where we'll be growing the potatoes, the kumara, and the dahlias. Gosh, I thought I'd show you these. These are the ones that I got a couple of weeks ago, and I popped them downstairs just because they were starting to sprout, and oh my goodness, they've got leaves, man. It's gone hard. So this one here is the Kelvin floodlight, and this is the something von Stoltz. It might be just von Stoltz, but it's the pink. This is the pink pom-pom, and this is the beautiful big large dinner plate one. So I'm going to come in here, and we will end up pinching these dahlias. So pinching in here, or possibly a bit higher, actually makes your dahlia start to branch out, and you'll have more flowers and basically a more robust plant. So I'll do that, maybe not today, because I want to do a bit of reading to make sure I do it in the right place. But yeah, this is the mother-in-law's Kelvin floodlight. We're getting ready for her. So they're New Zealand company. I think these ones that come just straight out the ground, so that's really cool. They should be all good. And this was the first lot that I got, and these came from petal plants. But basically the care for dahlias, and we'll figure out whether I can make this work. 8 hours sun, so full hour sun, at least 8 hours a day. Sunny garden spot with freely draining soil, learnt that a couple of years ago. Or if necessary, raise the garden bed to provide adequate drainage, which is what I explained we're going to do, and bring that kind of boggy water coffin bed up.
Coffin bed?
Yeah, so when the water comes in, it's because we've got clay, it just kind of sticks in there and it can't get out.
I see.
I have heard it described as a water coffin, which is kind of macabre.
A little.
But it kills plants. So there you go.
Right.
Are you teasing me?
No, I'm learning.
You're learning? Go you. You and me both. And it says to put some blood and bone in. I won't be, because we've got a hungry Labrador who will eat the blood and bone soil. So we'll try and do like maybe some seaweed or seaweed tonics or something like that in there. But I'll definitely put some more compost in. Staking. I didn't stake the other ones. We'll see. I might need to get some more stakes. Or I've got bamboo down there that we're going to cut down. Maybe I could use those as stakes. And yeah, soaker hoses for watering, planting. In Auckland here, I won't be planting them until kind of October, maybe around Labour weekend, just because that's kind of after our general average last frost date. If they go nuts and they're starting to get really bushy and kind of outgrow the pots I've got them in, then I will make sure that I've got some way of chucking some type of frost cloth if it's going to be quite a cold night. Intention, I'll probably forget. And then we've got to pinch them. Pinching, so I think I talked about that, not stealing, like pinching like crabs. I think I talked about that when I showed you guys what the Kelvin floodlight downstairs is doing. So once they've all got leaves and stuff, I'll maybe make a little short or something about how I've done it, and we can see if I do them right and if I get flowers. Because remember, this is not a how-to garden channel. This is a this is what I'm doing. Failures, deaths of things that I kill because I forget to water, all the dog eats, and all the things that succeed. So it's kind of about just sharing knowledge, and if you've got things or some advice for things that I could be doing better, you know, pop them in the comments, or you know, if you've learned something new, pop it in the comments. It's real cool. But gardening's all about trial and error, at least for me anyway, and it's just fun and a way to be outside, and it gives me a bit of a brain break and peace from being at my computer and doing my regular job. And it's cool that I can go out and pick things from the garden, like flowers, which is what this is about. But anyway, back to this pretty pink. This is a Dahlia Late. It's a really pretty pinky apricot colour. I really love how they put the pictures on the front of their bags.
It's nice.
Yeah, so this is a pink ball. I've got this is a cream de cassis. It's a lavender one, and it's super pretty. It's got some like dark kind of mauvey stuff in the middle, which is really pretty. I've got this one here, a Bumble Rumble. This is the Collarette Dahlia, and I really love the name. That's the one. It's these little whiskers in there. I mean, there's probably a proper name for them, but they look like whiskers to me. It's really cute. Cafe au lait twist. So this is a dinner plate Dahlia that's got a little bit more pink and stuff than the Cafe au lait is supposed to have, but I have read that and seen that the Cafe au lait kind of goes into different colours depending on how long your tuber has been in there, and whether it was like a cutting or a separation from a previous Cafe au lait tuber. So it'd be interesting. And then an Innocence one, which is a really kind of baby pink. And yesterday when I was opening these, one of these I couldn't get back in the bag, so I need to find out which one that was, because I'll need to label it, otherwise I'll have all these green looking things that look the same and then I won't know what they're called. Not that it really matters, because you know, I'm not like a Dahlia collector. They just look pretty in the garden. So what I'm going to do is I'll lay them all out on here. You can kind of see them all together, and then I'm going to put some of these ones here. I'll show you what I mean. They're really quite dry. So you know how I just showed you the other ones, and they've got that really nice wet medium, and the tubers look really fat. These ones I feel maybe like imported. I don't know, because they are a little bit drier. I've got some shoots in here that are coming out. So when I go through them, I'll be having a look for things like crown gall, which is almost like a warty big round tuber that doesn't actually produce anything, or leafy gall, which is where you have like a whole cauliflower type growth where lots and lots of growth points and leaves come out of, and it's a viral thing for your dahlias. If you find it, then you should be disposing of your dahlia, digging out some dirt from around it, because it's a viral thing that will have taken place in the soil as well. And then people say to clear that type of thing out of your garden, you can plant potatoes, or a root crop like that, potatoes being probably the better one, to help clear any of the gally activity from your garden. But this one looks fine, so I'm going to go pop these in a pot, because they are starting to grow and they are really quite dry, and I like them and I don't want them to die just yet. Anyway, the rest is to be confirmed, so I'll do that now. Okay, so we've potted them up. They won't need watering now until they get some green leaves, at which point we'll pinch them, maybe ruin them. Nah, I'm sure it'll be fine. So now we'll just leave them in there and see what they do until we get that weedy patch, not weedy and built up, ready to bring them on. I haven't done the other box like I mentioned. This is the, I want to keep this picture, it's so cute. A flower would be even better. These are the ones that I haven't potted up. Those are the ones that are still quite damp, and we'll leave them in there. They should be fine until I get back. And they might even go straight in the bed when we've got it ready. It's going to be super pretty. I really hope I've got some to pick. Not like, I mean after Christmas maybe. Then I can have Dahlias in the house. Hopefully earwig free, because we've already talked about that. But anyway.
Your dislike of earwigs.
I might dislike of earwigs. I mean, I know they can't hurt me, but they just look like...
Yeah. They do look a bit nasty.
I know. So yeah, that's what I'm doing with Dahlias this year. This is it so far. Kind of a weird take on an unboxing video, because clearly you didn't see me unbox them. Well, opening the box anyway. But yeah, we'll plant them together and we'll see how they grow, and then I get to enjoy them and show you, provided they don't die. Maybe that should be a shirt. Our Kiwi garden. It probably died. We'll see. Have a great day, guys. Bye.